Hello students, welcome to chemistry class. Today we are going to see about transition and inner transition elements. Subtopic is alloy formation. What is meant by alloy? Alloy is nothing but generally two or more metals combining together we are getting alloys. Alloy also known as solid solution. Solid solution means what? Both solute and solvent are solid in nature. You see, students, the metal with one or more other elements combining together we get a alloy. The elements may be metals or non-metals or both. Here, the bulk metals is also known as solvent. That is maximum part or maximum amount of substance is known as solvent. Minimum amount of the substance or smaller portion of the substance is known as solute. Here both solvent and solute are solid in nature in alloys. Here Hume and Rotheray rule. According to rule, alloy difference between the atomic radius of the element is alloy difference between the atomic radius is less than 15%. The formula is using here. Now the percentage difference in the radius of solute minus radius of solvent by radius of solvent into 100. That value is less than or equal in 15%. That is a condition for the formation of alloy. Here both solute and solvent must have same crystal structure. If you see the picture, both two metals combined here, M type metal, another one X type metal. Both are similar size, same structure or similar size, and same valency, and the electron negativity of the atoms difference must be close to be 0, because one atom is replaced by another atom must be easily in the crystal lattice. So the transition metals forms number of alloys by using this condition. What are the condition here? The atomic radii are similar size or same atomic size, and one metal atom can be easily replaced by another metal atom in the crystal lattice. For example, alloy properties are there. The generally two metals combining together, one metal to another metal to form alloy. Alloy is very hard to the prevent or parent elements, hard and high melting point, because the atom in the crystal lattice very closely packed, so high melting point. Example for the alloys, the ferrous alloy is a ferrous means iron and carbon alloys, which is used in industrial purpose. Gold and copper alloys used in ornamental purpose. Chrome alloys, which is the corrosion resistant purpose of the material preparation. So maximum other alloys are there, which means gold and copper. Gold and copper is used in red gold, which is used for ornamental gold. Gold and silver to give white gold alloy. It also ornamental purpose. Silver and copper is also known as sterling silver. Sterling silver is nothing but 92% silver and 7.5 percentage copper. It is used for the manufacture of forks and spoons like that. So alloys are nothing but the combination of metals and metals combined with one or more other metals. Okay. The next topic, students, next topic is formation of interstitial compound. The interstitial compounds formed when small atoms like hydrogen, nitrogen, boron or nitrogen in the crystal lattice are trapped in the crystal lattice. The crystal lattice means in between the position. This is the first series atoms, is second series atoms in the solute element are present in the interstitial position, which means in between the position. You see, the interstitial compounds formed when small atoms like hydrogen, nitrogen, boron, carbon, like that, are trapped in the interstitial hole. This is interstitial hole in the metal lattice. They are usually in non-stoichiometric compound. Non-stoichiometric compounds is nothing but it is imbalanced or unbalanced compound. Yes, the properties of the interstitial compounds have very hardness and it shows electrical conductivity. Next, high melting point, then pure metals or parent metal. Metal hydrides are reducing agent. Reducing agent means nothing but it undergoes oxidation reaction. Loss of electron is a loss of electrons is called a reducing agent. The metallic carbides are chemically inert. They are used in the electrodes. Those metal carbides chemically inert means which means they do not react with the others. The chemically inert, which is used for the electrodes. Example for interstitial compound, the titanium carbide. Titanium carbide, which is used in the ZMIS, and zirconium hydrides. And next one, manganese nitride. They are example for interstitial compound. Next topic is the formation of complex and coordination compounds. The transition compound formed the coordination compounds or coordinate covalent compounds. With the species to donate an electron pair to form a coordinate covalent bond. The coordinate covalent bond is nothing but electrons derived from the same atom for bond formation. The coordinate covalent bond also known as dative bond. So derived from the same atom. The two electrons derived from the same atom. For example, here ammonium ion. Here 1, 2, 3 hydrogens combined here. But nitrogen has one lone pair of electrons. By the using lone pair of electrons with hydrogen, combining to hydrogen to form with one bond. This is a coordinate bond. Coordinate bond or dative bond. So electron derived from same atom. It is coordinate covalent bond or dative bond. So this property of the central metal ion is small and high charged, and they have vacant low energy orbital to accept a pair of electrons to other groups. For example, here potassium hexacyanoferrate. Here ion is act as a central metal atom. Central metal atom means ion. This is the configuration is 3d6 4s2 configuration. Here the metal ion Fe2 plus to form 6 electrons are there in the 3D shell, and 4s is vacant orbital and 4p orbitals are vacant orbitals there. Now cyanide ligand is the strongest one in unpaired electrons with paired here. So cyanide ligand combined with D cell and S cell and P shell. So we get the hybridization D2sp3 hybridization. This is central metal atom. The central metal atom has a vacant orbital with accept a pair of electrons with other elements. This property or this is reason for the formation of coordination compounds or complex compound by the transition elements. Okay students, I hope you can understand the class. So 3 topics today we finished. First one, formation of alloy. Next one, formation of interstitial compounds. Third one, formation of complex or coordination complex. Okay students, next we will meet next topic